What's going on, Vima Team Familiar? This is skill number 5, which is closing. Alright, and basically I just wanted to touch on a couple of things with how it is that you're actually supposed to close a presentation. Alright, and understand this, okay? Closing is a natural byproduct of you following up with someone, okay? It's just you walking them through that process for them to actually make that decision. Now remember, the goal is education and understanding. Okay, focus on good posture, alright? How the pros approach it. This is how the pros approach it, alright? They are emotionally detached. They're emotionally detached from the outcome. One more time. They're emotionally detached from the outcome, you guys. They don't really care if somebody joins or not. They're not out there to convince anyone. Because remember this, if you have to convince them to get on board, you will have to convince them to stay on board. Okay? They don't convince anybody. They're emotionally detached. Now their goal is education and understanding. They are very assumptive, okay, to the point where they're genuinely surprised when someone doesn't want to join. Like I'm to the point where if someone doesn't really join Vima, it's like, okay, good luck, dude. You see, what amateurs tend to do is that they apologize a lot. Okay, they apologize when they're inviting, when they're presenting, when they're closing. Okay, all the time. Hey, dude, I'm really sorry to bother you, but would you mind just coming to this event? Okay, I'm sorry to take up your time, you guys, but I just wanted to explain to you guys this. So I'm sorry to bother you, but would you get involved into this? They're always apologizing. That's what amateurs and posers do, all right? So don't apologize. Keep good posture. All you're trying to do is just show your friends a great opportunity for them to actually create really good money. You guys, why on earth would you ever apologize for that? Okay? Now they know that people are actually joining them. What amateurs and posers tend to do is that they say, "Hey, join Vima," or "Hey, join this," or "Hey, you try this product." What professionals do is say, "Hey, come join us. Okay, come join our team." Why? Because we will help you. We will help you be successful. That's what professionals do. Okay? And they are always prepared. Okay? Professionals always have the application ready. So if you have a laptop, have the application ready right there. They have the product ready, and they have brochures ready for the people to try. Okay? Now here's some questions that you need to ask immediately after your exposure. Okay? Here's what amateurs usually ask. They ask questions like, "What did you think?" Okay? Here's what that does. That invites the critic. That invites objection, you guys. They don't have a positive... Maybe they have something that they didn't like, and that's the first thing that they want to think of. So here's what professionals ask. They ask leading questions. So they ask things like, "Did it make sense to you?" Pretty exciting, isn't it? What did you like best about what you just saw? That's by far the one that I like the most. What did you like best about what you just saw? Okay? Because that immediately gets them into the positive mindset, okay? Now, what do you like more? The product or the opportunity? Okay, that's just to differentiate whether this might be used on adults, just to differentiate whether they want to be customers or actual distributors. All right, now here's a follow-up question after that. Okay, on a scale of 1 to 10, how excited are you to get started? Okay, and now here's what I want you guys to recognize: anything above a 1 is good. Okay, anything above a 1 is good. Why? Because if there are 4 or there are 5, what they're trying to, they still obviously have some questions, they have some objections, but they want you to basically convince them into this. Okay, they want you to sell them on this. Okay, that's what you need to do. All right, now there's a 4-based question, which basically closes this entire thing, and here's how it goes. Okay. What I would say is, based on what you've just seen, if you were to get started with this company on a part-time basis, approximately how much do you need to be earning per month in order for this to be worth your time? And then you shut up. Why? Because you're being a consultant, okay? Now, if that, let them answer whatever answer they want to give. Some people, try to sell people on $25,000 a month, when some people really all they need is $500, okay? Now, the second question is this. Okay, well, approximately how many hours would you be able to commit each week to develop that kind of income? Okay, just ask that, and then shut up. Okay? Now, the third question is, how many months are you willing to, work those kinds of hours in order to achieve that type of income in that amount of time? Okay? Let them create their own expectations. Okay? Now, if their expectations are not realistic, if they say, "Well, I want to be making $10,000 a month, working 3 hours a week in 2 months." Obviously, you just kind of let them know, like, that's not realistic. something that I would do is, okay, so you want to be earning $10,000 a month, working 3 hours a week, okay, in 2 months. Right now you're probably making what, like $1,500 a month, working 40 hours a week? Do you really think that equates? Do you really think that's realistic? So you just let them know whether or not it's realistic. It depends on the opportunity. Obviously, with this, making that type of money, it's not realistic. Okay, most of the time you won't get unrealistic expectations. Okay, so if you get realistic expectations, you move to question 4. If I could show you how to develop an income of whatever their answer was per month, working whatever hours a week they said that they would work over a course of however many months they said, would you be ready to get started? That's it. That's all you ask. You know, if I could show you how to develop an income of however much they said they would want to earn per month in order for this to be worth their time, okay, working however many hours a week they're able to over the course of however many months they said, would you be ready to get started? Okay, so let's say somebody says, well, I want to be earning $3,000 a month, okay, working 20 hours a week in 3 months. Perfectly reachable. That's very, very obtainable. So all you have to do is, okay, if I could show you how to earn $3,000 per month, working 20 hours a week over the course of the next 3 months, would you be ready to get started? Right there, okay? This is when you actually show them how you get paid. This is where you show them the compensation plan. This is where you give them a game plan, you guys. This is where you actually sit down with them and show them exactly what to do. So you need to get good at the compensation plan. All right? If they have questions, and basically if they have questions as to why they can't get started, here's what I would say. Okay? Hey, listen, don't worry. It's okay. Okay? What I want to do is make you feel a little bit more comfortable, and then you move to the next exposure. Okay? Remember, exposure to exposure to exposure, you do the exact same progress every single time. Now, basically, you guys, here's how this here's the follow-up, here's the closing outline, all right? What did you like best about what you just saw? Okay? On a scale of 1 to 10, how interested are you to get started? And then the 4-question close, which is, how much money do you need to be making? How many hours per week? How many months? If I, would you? That's it. That's how you close a presentation to get the maximum results. All right. So with that, obviously that's closing, you guys. We're about to move to skill number 6. Let's go.